Hello and welcome to episode number 4 of Mountain Self-Build. We are excited to be on our property here this week in southern Colorado. We've been meeting with excavators, we've been meeting with our architect, our septic engineer, and getting a lot of different bids so that we can get moving on this project. In today's episode, we're going to show you some of the challenges that we are facing, also show you a little bit of the layout of the property, and some of the things that we are going to have to do to improve the lot, such as bring the utilities over, put in a driveway. So we hope you enjoy this, and thanks for following along. Our top priority for visiting our property last week was to nail down the location of the house. You can only do so much on paper, and we wanted to make sure we maximize the views and the solar exposure. We ended up rotating the house a bit from the plans to open up the view of the broken cliff across the valley and the green parks to the east. Once the orientation was determined, we took time to rough out the corners of the house on the ground. To say this was exciting to see the footprint of our house marked out in orange paint on the ground is an understatement. Now, with the house marked out, the excavator and I walked around the property for a few hours to determine the best place for the utilities to run, to really lay out where the septic would go, and the best way for the driveway to approach the house. We wanted to keep these factors in mind. One, what will be the best way to keep as many mature pine trees as possible on the north side of our property between the house and the street so we could maximize privacy, but also because we just think tall pine trees are really cool and we want a lot of them on our property. Number 2, how easy will it be to clear the snow in the winter and use the sun to our advantage to melt the snow and ice? And number 3, what would work best for the terrain as we slope down from the street to the house? As we showed you in a previous episode, here's a design that we came up with. This would have been a really cool driveway that would have snaked through some tall pines on the north side of the property. However, look at the grade, 12% downhill. It would have been very exciting to slide into the garage in the winter like Clark Griswold asleep at the wheel on his way to Wally World, but we thought we could do better. So we determined with the excavator a much better solution. If we come in on the east side of the big rock on the street, this would remove some of the scrub oak, but no large pine trees would have to be removed. Additionally, the grade was very gentle and level for about 60 to 70 feet as you approach the house. And because there were no big trees there, this means great sun exposure in the cold months. The driveway would have to be about 15 to 20% longer, of course, but it was a much better solution in the long run. He and the other excavators bidding the job now have enough information to make an estimate for us. We should have that back here later in the week. One of the challenges that we were reminded of by the excavator was the rock. You can tell we have a lot of surface rock here. The excavator doesn't think it's going to be too big of a problem, but it will mean that we'll have a lot of rock to use in landscaping and to just kind of deal with as we, dig into the ground and build our home. Over the next few weeks, the architect and the engineer will be wrapping up their work. We will continue to gather materials and subcontractor bids. A surveyor will come out and prepare a plan for the building permit. And we will gather all of the necessary information that is needed for our construction loan. We will keep you posted on all the progress along the way. Until then, thanks for watching our Mountain Self-Build.